to Sri Lanka's 2015 parliamentary elections. It is indeed my privilege to lead a group of eminent persons drawn from across the Commonwealth, a community of 53 countries, including Sri Lanka. Our 9-member group, as you have just heard, includes former election commissioners, members of parliament, as well as representatives of civil society, media, and academia. The Commonwealth Observer Group is supported by a team from the Commonwealth Secretariat led by Mr. Martin Carise, Head of Electoral Support. 2 advance observers arrived earlier this month to observe the pre-election campaign movement. The remainder of the group, including myself, arrived in Colombo last Monday. We are really grateful to the Commissioner of Elections for inviting us to Sri Lanka and to the Commonwealth Secretary General, Kamalesh Sharma, for constituting this election observation mission. Sri Lanka is a founding member of the modern Commonwealth and has a long-standing history of conducting elections, the most recent of which, January's presidential election, was also observed by a Commonwealth Observer Group. As independent observers, our mandate is to assess the pre-election period, activities on polling day, and the post-election period. Throughout, we will consider whether there has been a level playing field for the contesting parties, whether voters were free to express their will, and whether the election can be said to have been credible, transparent, and peaceful. We will assess whether the elections were conducted in accordance with the democratic standards to which Sri Lanka has committed itself, including its own constitution and relevant national laws, as well as international commitments, including Commonwealth principles. Our role is not to supervise the election, but to observe the process as a whole and to form our own judgment. We act in our individual capacities. We do not represent the views of any member government or organization. Since arriving, we have met with the Commissioner of Elections, representatives of political parties and civil society. We will continue to meet with representatives of the media, local observer groups, the police, international partners, including Commonwealth High Commissions in Colombo. It is heartening to note that there appears to be confidence in the Commissioner's office to manage the electoral process, and that, on the whole, the campaign environment is generally conducive for a democratic election. Our 2 advance observers have already had the opportunity to witness campaign activities outside of Colombo. Later this week, my team will be deployed to 5 of the country's 9 provinces: Central Province, Northern Province, North Central Province, Northwestern Province, and Western Province. We will observe the final hours of the campaign, the 48 hours before polling day, and then voting, counting, and result processes. Shortly after Election Day, we will issue an interim statement in which we will outline the preliminary observations, our preliminary observations. A final report will be completed before we depart, which we will send to the Commonwealth Secretary General, then to the Government of Sri Lanka, the Office of the Commissioner of Elections, the political parties, and all Commonwealth governments, before being released publicly. In making our observations known, our intent is to offer constructive support to further strengthen the electoral process. Where necessary, we will make recommendations to relevant authorities concerning institutional, procedural, and other matters, as would assist the holding of such elections in the future. Sri Lanka is well placed to hold a democratic election that enjoys the confidence of its people. As polling day approaches, we wish and we augur the electorate well, and would like to encourage all eligible voters to exercise their franchise.